let's jump down to the second story. So Apex Legends has released data that shows they have banned 770,000 cheaters since the game came out. Here's a quote for Respawn. I got quotes coming out of my ass today, I guess. While we can't share details on what we're doing so as to not give a heads up to the cheat makers, what we can say is that we're attacking this from every angle, from improvements to detecting cheaters, bolstering resources and tools, to improving processes and other sneaky things to combat sellers and cheaters. So me personally, like, I always knew that cheating was a problem, especially in online shooters. We've personally experienced it in games like PUBG, where it was super blatant and you can see a guy basically flying around the map just headshotting you instantly. And we've actually, I was thinking about it, we've probably come across it a lot more than that, but it's so hard to tell because we're so fucking bad that anybody just beats us no matter what, that we can't tell if they're cheating or not. But did you guys know that cheating was this big of a problem? And how do you feel about cheating, and how do you stop it? And just a follow-up, or not even a follow-up, but more of like an overarching question. Do you think that this is a direct effect of players wanting to be big on Twitch? A lot of younger kids wanting to be big on Twitch, because I think if I was in that mindset, if I was maybe like 16, 17 years old, playing, Fortnite or Apex all day, if I could cheat in a way that maybe people couldn't tell and stream it to make it look like I was better than everybody else, it's probably worth the shot if I could, potentially get a little bit of stardom down the road and make money.
Yeah, I know people have done that in the past. I think there's those clips on YouTube, CS:GO in particular, where I think there were like hacks and cheats that programs that you could run in the background and you couldn't really tell while you were streaming, and people get caught with them running, like accidentally, like minimizing or expanding a window, that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely there's that demographic of people that want to be the next Shroud or Ninja or whatever in their video game. But the 770,000 other people,
it's a pretty big number.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember it's probably just people recreating, multiple people recreating different accounts, obviously. But the main thing with
just there was also a number where they had actually stopped 400,000 other alt accounts from coming on. That is additional to that 770.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, first of all, Apex Legends sucks. Did you guys real quick? I just want to throw out, they're gonna go to mobile like PUBG did too. If you guys didn't know that,
I did see that. Yeah.
No, this doesn't surprise me. There's always cheaters. I always think of the cheater thing as like the main like motivation behind the cheaters and everything. And actually, I don't even think that it's known. It may just be like, they might not even be conscious of it. They just want to, like, what is that goddamn thing? Take it to the man or whatever.
Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man. Damn it. Jeez, I'm really bad with saying.
That's all right. That's fine.
But yeah, they just want to stick it to the man. They want to, like, they invest time. They put time into this game, and they want to be like, fuck you, man. I'm smarter than you. Like, let me get in your game and fuck it up. Like, that's like the mentality I feel like a lot of these cheaters have. They just like, they're kind of like Kefka. They're mad, malevolent dudes. They're just like
drunk on power.
Yeah, going in there like, fuck yeah. I remember Rust. Rust had some really funny scenarios with cheating, because like the cheats that you could do in Rust, like you could still kill the cheater. So like when a cheater like is like going through walls and shit and killing you and stuff. I remember this one time, me, my brother, and Phil and Justin were playing. And this dude like comes in, kills everybody in the house, flying through walls, like throwing grenades and stuff. And they're like, oh shit, like cheater. Like they call me to get on. Like this point where like we're calling each other to get on the game. Like, hey, get on, save the base. And they call me to get on. I'm like, well, what the fuck is a cheater? What am I gonna do? And the guys, like, they're sitting there, they're talking to them, they're keeping them in the vicinity. And at this point, the dude is inside of our base, and I'm in a different part. I run outside, I nade the one door down and blast this dude down, like take him down. And he's like, fucking mother effing me. He's like, how'd you do that? Are you cheating too? So it's like, I love those games where you can kill the cheater. like in his like god mode. You know, it's like the most glorious thing. Like I remember that in Rust, you could still kill the cheaters. Really good feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of like a boss battle in itself.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
But is cheating getting worse? I feel like, and maybe this is just me being naive, but I feel like maybe, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, maybe this wasn't this big of a problem.
I feel like there's always been cheating, especially like shooters. There's always cheaters in that. Even like WoW, like people botting, like
Yeah.
RuneScape, all those games. There's always people cheating in those things.
Mhm.
Diablo, duping items. I think
Farming.
it's always been around.
Yeah, I
It's
think
been-
of course
It's
there's
a
always
big
been
problem in
cheaters.
a lot of games.
It's human nature. I think that it is. I mean, it only makes sense that as we get a larger and larger population of people playing video games, that there's going to be more cheaters out there, especially people who are maybe not very good because they don't have a history of playing video games. So they're like, oh well, fuck, you can cheat. Like, let's get with it. So.
That's probably exactly what they're saying.
Yeah,
Let's get with it.
It's just crazy. I hope they find a way to crack down on it, and I don't know, maybe deal with the problem. Just so, what do they have? Like 50 million players they've had, and they're banning about 1 million. So what's that? Like 2% of the player base? I don't know. That seems high to me, and I just hope it doesn't get to like 5% or something, because it would be so overblown that you couldn't even play. You can barely play the game now, but you really couldn't play something then.
Well, that's a good point you brought up. Like 2%, like maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but a game where how many was there, like 30, 40, 50 people in there at one time?
60, yeah.
60. So I mean, odds are you're gonna.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You might get one.
You probably have a pretty good chance you're getting one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
I remember playing the game Apex Legends, and I it's really, I think that's a really hard game for other players to notice cheaters, because it's so fast paced. Things are happening so quickly. In other games, you can you're like, that's not normal. In this game, you're like, well, I don't know. I'm flying the fuck around and dashing and shit
like
too.
I said, like I'm just getting headshotted no matter where I am. So, I'm not gonna win a 1v1. I'm horrible. I have the slowest fingers out there,
Well,
but like I don't know.
For me, I think the biggest problem with like cheating is too, like the people that want to cheat are like always going to be one step ahead. You know what I mean? Like the defense against cheating, like people are always going to find new ways to break in. Like someone has to cheat before like people, like the developers and stuff, can figure out how they're cheating so they can stop it. So like there's always like the offense, the cheater is always going to be on the attack.
Yeah, that's a great
They're
point.
always going to have a leg up.
Yeah,
so it's really hard to like take care of that.
Yeah,
issue.
your defense has to be reactionary. That's a great point.
Yeah,
you know what?
I mean, you can never completely protect something until somebody exploits a vulnerability. Right, exactly. So like that kind of sucks, because you'll never be able to like totally eliminate anything.
Yeah. One thing that I was just thinking of that's really funny, and I think it's got to be common with a lot of people who play a lot of video games now, and have a group, like a close knit group of friends who play. I always love it's a cheater. Like, we're getting our asses beat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't you always love that
must be
aspect?
cheating, yeah.
Yeah, especially like some of our other friends who like are really pretty good and have a lot of hours in the game. Like, that's one of their big ones. Like, I got to be a cheater, like like it's just like no questions asked.
Yeah,
like,
it's a little bit like RNG. It gives you that out just to say that you're not actually bad. Like it's the game or the cheater that's fucking you over.
I love that.
That's hilarious.
Man. And I find myself doing. I mean, I think we all do agree, but I'll like do it. I'll be like, yeah, fucking cheater, right? It would like pop in my head, and I'm like, you're a dumbass. Like, you suck in the game.